Kombat 1's release has been pretty rocky. Character models were criticized, then the Switch port was a complete nightmare, and people felt insulted that they thought it was acceptable to slap a $70 price tag on it. But now players are calling out the very predatory premium shop DLC prices. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or supporting via YouTube memberships. So I wanted to start off with this The Gamer article. I, of course, do not like their site, but they did put up this article. It says Mortal Kombat 1 players aren't happy with Predatory Premium Store DLC. Now, I want to start off this video with saying, if you are enjoying Mortal Kombat 1, that's awesome. I'm glad that you're having a good time because I don't want games to come out and be bad. But unfortunately, they have done several things that players have not been happy with when it comes to this release, and I have called them out, and now it just unfortunately happens to be the Premium Store DLC. It says, though, Mortal Kombat 1 players aren't happy about the high price of DLC in the Premium Store and the lack of information about whether items can be earned in the Shrine or if they're exclusively DLC. Now, I personally don't think that a Premium Store in a game like this is acceptable, really, period, because you are expecting people to spend $70 on the base game, okay? And then on top of that, you expect them to spend more money to get cool skins. I think that if you're going to have a premium store in a game that is full price, you have to make sure that the players can earn those items by actually playing the game. We're not talking about a free-to-play game here. We're talking about a $70 AAA title. I should be able to simply earn the costumes. It's okay if you want to slap a $10 price tag on them, as long as there's a way for me to earn them in a reasonable amount of time. We're not talking like 100 hours of play for one costume. No, it has to be reasonable. But it says one of the most talked about problems that Mortal Kombat 1 players have had with the game since it launched is its premium store, which hadn't been updated once since its early access launch, despite a timer saying that it would change every 24 hours, something NetherRealm has now admitted was a bug. I personally also do not like that system because it's FOMO. People are only given 24 hours, meaning you're forcing them to log on every single day to see if there is a skin or an item that they want. I don't like that. If you were updating the store like once every 2 weeks or 3 weeks and items, often rotated back in, then that would be one thing, but that's not the case here. And it also says a few days ago that finally changed with the arrival of Deadly Alliance Scorpion and the Indiana Jones skin for Johnny Cage, as well as a Shang Tsung announcer pack, but that might seem like good news, but that's not entirely how the community has viewed it. Since the store was updated, the Mortal Kombat subreddit has been full of posts complaining about the high price of the DLC, with the Deadly Alliance Scorpion skin costing 1,000 dragon crystals. And one post on the subreddit from a Redditor actually calls the premium store predatory, and there are a lot of people here that agree with this individual. Here's the post. It says $10 for a character is fair, $10 for a skin is insanity, and unfortunately, this is actually on the cheaper side when it comes to video games. $10 for a character, I do agree, is fair. You are putting content into a game, a character you get tons of playtime out of. Okay, $10 is one thing, but $10 for a skin isn't actually that expensive, unfortunately. So when you have free-to-play games like Apex Legends or Fortnite or MMOs like Black Desert Online, character skins, like outfits, those things are like $20 to $25 each, which of course is just so overpriced. It's crazy. But that's in a free-to-play game, so they feel like it's acceptable. I still don't think that that price tag is acceptable, even if it is a free-to-play game. But $10 for a skin in a game you have already spent $70 on just isn't fair, in my opinion. It says, for context, the MK1 Combat Pack is $40 for 6 characters. Assuming each one is sold individually for 10, you save about 33% with the bundle, making each character worth about $660. Seems typical price. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't seem out of the blue. That doesn't seem like the issue, but a single cosmetic skin cost roughly $10, roughly 15% of the $70 base game's total worth. MK11 sold its unique skins in packs of 3 for $6, so $2 a skin from a $60 base game price is 3.3%, and this is way more fair. A 3-pack for $6, $2 a skin, that is perfect in my opinion. That is great, but unfortunately they didn't do that. It is a 500% increase in the price of a single skin from their last game. That is just not okay in my opinion. They are trying to, pair this with FOMO, because of course 24-hour store rotations, then you have to upcharge on those items because you know that people are going to have FOMO and not want to buy it, topped off with nostalgia bait because you are giving them really cool skins. Like an Indiana Jones skin for Johnny Cage is super cool. If I was playing Mortal Kombat 1, I would totally buy that if it was not, $10. If that was like a $3 skin, sure, that sounds great. But unfortunately, that's not what they're doing here. This is absolutely just absurd pricing. And of course, there are people who are destroying NetherRealm over this, and I completely agree. They've made some great games over the years, but unfortunately they have also stumbled quite a bit, and this is just another absolute stumble. Honestly, they kind of fell off of a cliff with the Switch port that is just an absolute nightmare. The character models that some people do not like, topped off with this microtransaction mess. It says if you think that's bad, wrap your mind around this. Shaying the character / moveset costs $8 to unlock, while the Shaying announcer costs $10. Yeah, that is straight up bananas. They've been taking notes from mobile games and other games like Black Desert Online, it seems. Not a fan of the direction they're going. I love Black Desert Online, don't get me wrong. I think it is such a fun game, and it still has the best character creation system I have seen in a game, and Black Desert is a decade old. No one has been able to top that. But unfortunately, yeah, I mean, while there are pay-to-win elements, you also have just straight up skins costing large amounts of money. And they say, well, it is because it's a free-to-play game. Yeah, but you still have a value pack, which is basically a monthly subscription, only it's a real item in the game. Like, it's just not okay to do this in a $70 game. That is the major issue that I, and of course many other people have. Some people are arguing over, the character price of, is it really fair, $10 for a character? I think it is, because it's not like they are releasing tons of characters. Usually with fighting games like this, they will drop like 3 to 4 new characters over the span of like a year until it's almost time for the next game to release. So that, in my opinion, isn't that absurd. But the rest of this just really is, in my opinion. Predatory monetization in games have gotten very out of control. You have a game that starts at a $70 price tag, and then you have, special editions and collector's editions, which can cost, $80, $100, $120 and up. And it's just not okay that they continue to do this, and they do deserve to get called out. I mean, Mortal Kombat 1, again, has not been the smoothest launch for them, that's for sure. They have gotten absolutely destroyed over several things, and now it is by players who are not happy with the Predatory Premium Store DLC. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.